I was listening to a podcast as I always do, and then they were talking about the sense of entitlement from the giver's point of view. And I had never thought about this honestly before, even if it's something that we're all guilty of. I'm guilty of it as well. Because when I listened through the conversation, I kind of found myself, being guilty of it, right? So what does a sense of entitlement from a giver's point of view look like, or what does it mean really? You know how most of the time we always, accuse people of being entitled to what is not theirs. Like, let me just be real and specific. Now, sometimes we say family members are entitled. Now, you have one rich person in the family, and the other family members are entitled because they're like, oh, that's my brother. Oh, that's my sister. Oh, that's my father. Even as children, we have sense of entitlement to what belongs to our parents. But that's not a topic for today. So we often just, accuse people of being entitled to what doesn't belong to them, especially with family members, especially coming from an African family. I can tell you this for sure, that I have knowingly or unknowingly accused people of being entitled to things that belong to me or my parents or, my family, or just random stuff. But I've never really thought about the fact that I, as a giver, also have a sense of entitlement. You know how, now let me give you an example of the giver's sense of entitlement that I'm talking about. You know how sometimes somebody helps somebody, like maybe I send money to somebody to go to school, like train somebody in school, and then they become successful tomorrow. And then because I was the giver, I'm entitled to their success and their wealth because I feel like, because I'm the one who trained them, so I have that entitlement mentality. Do you get what I'm saying? So like I said, we're all guilty of these things. Okay, I myself am guilty. I've had situations whereby I've helped somebody and I expect them to help me in return. That's also a giver sense of entitlement. That's a very good example. You know how you help somebody when they're in need, and you expect that when you're in need as well, they help you. Is that a wrong sense of entitlement? I don't know. What do you think? Well, I know that is a sense of entitlement from a giver's point of view. Even with relationships, we also have a great sense of entitlement. Again, I don't think it's bad because, when I'm in a relationship with somebody, my sibling, my friends, there's expectations. Okay, I think that's the right word, even if it's also a sense of entitlement. You know how, maybe you do for your friend, and you expect that tomorrow they do for you. And if they don't do for you, you're going to be like, but I did for you. It can be called expectations in relationship, with which is absolutely okay. Because, okay, let's break it down to parent-child relationship. As a parent, your child expects you to do certain things for them. Also, as a parent, you expect your child or children to do some things for you, even with siblings. So when I talk about relationship, it's very broad. Parents to children, siblings to siblings, friends to friends, spouse to spouse, and all of that. But anyway, I wanted to just come here and tell you guys that there's a thing like the sense of entitlement from the giver's point of view. And one way or the other, we're all guilty of it. So why I'm saying this is that sometimes when we accuse people of something, okay, we also have to put ourselves in the picture of that accusation. Because when I listen through that podcast, I just stay talking to myself and advising myself that even me as a giver, I have a sense of entitlement as much as some receivers do. And when I say receivers, those who did not even work the work for you. And let me come back to this post I saw recently that said, I'm going to leave the post here about if you live abroad and you send 10,000 naira to people in Nigeria, don't do it. It's better you don't send. That's a rubbish. That's a sense of entitlement. Like, you don't know how I make money living abroad. You don't know what I do. You don't know how much I work. For the fact that I sent you a little, because of sense of entitlement, it made you feel like that is so small that you're entitled to more than $10,000. So those are the little things I'm talking about. So as much as people generally have sense of entitlement, especially when it comes to things that you don't even know how you got it or how you got it, your work, your money, and all that kind of stuff. You too, as a giver, you also have a sense of entitlement. So while you point one finger to somebody else, remember that the other fingers are pointing back at you. Have a great day.